Alright, welcome to another edition of JTJU, where we all try to be just a little better at the game of Clash of Clans. In this edition, episode 9.02, a Memorial Day edition, we've got Svop123 versus Geo in a Mice and Men edition, meaning, as all plans by mice and men, you can plan all you want, but there may be problems that you can learn from. So that's what we're trying to do. Learn from our mistakes or our successes. First off, let's take a look at Geo's base. See what we can learn to help formulate. Oh, he's a little too small there, isn't he? Let's get that a little bigger. One moment. There you go. Now you can see. And usually we'll take a look at the Town Hall size. That's a Town Hall 7. We've got mortars at level 4. And air defenses at 3, whiz towers at 3 and 2, archer towers at 8. So, given that, if you're a genius, you would automatically say this is a blah 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 type of attack. However, we're not geniuses, and nor, unlike Geo, part of the Reasoners clan, because probably they're full of geniuses. They are Reasoners. We cannot do that. We're not that smart, or at least I cannot. So we go to more of an anal approach. We actually chart it out a little bit so we can see it visually. And as you can see, the yellow on this map is Svop's team, his troop levels versus Town Hall, because that's the best way to compare Town Hall versus Town Hall, because the numbers get a little confusing. So he's basically at a Town Hall 7 for most of his troops running across this line here. And his target, Geo, is actually bouncing around between 6 and 7 for his ground air type work, but his primary air defense Breath of Despair is 2 levels below the Town Hall 7. So it's clearly, we've now caught up with the brilliant people in the group. It is a clear air attack. I talked to Svop about it and he was like, I love dragons. So we totally put together a plan based on dragons. With that, 3 main points came out from the plan. Of course, as always, the step A, spam the dragons. But in this case, we'll actually hold back 2, because one of the things you'll notice with dragons is they tend to move laterally. They tend not to go to the center as easily as you'd like, even with this rage spell, leaving you exposed to, like, this air defense tower back here, or potentially this one, even worse. So what we will do is we will actually hold 2 back, drop 2 up here at B right after A is spammed out. That'll clear up this area by the time this part of the dragon horde moves into this area, allowing them to quickly turn back in. What we don't want them is to turn up, allowing this air defense just to focus on one group of dragons. That could have been a problem. The other thing you'll notice, of the 3 things we want to point out, this is point number 2, is that the strategic value of this air defense tower is probably more than anything on the map. So we're going to spend a lot of juice, a lot of storage and spell power to get it down, and that would be with the Clan Castle Hog Snipe team. We will release the hogs right here from the Clan Castle. They will bound in, notice the new padding, very more specific, 6 o'clock on the Archer Tower. And then they'll go to this, what we assume to be a Tesla at this position. It's a 2x2 hole. And then they'll bound up, hopefully, and take out this air defense tower. Now, hogs, as we've seen in other videos, tend to be a little crazy. So we may see some hogs bounding off in the wrong directions. So we've got to provide them support. Plus they'll be shot as they run around. All these, the king, the 2 cannons, the mortars, will all be hammering away at our hogs. So we will drop a heal spell as well here. Trying again to get this air defense down so it's not hammering away as our dragons, worst case scenario, go around the horn of it, which would be death for us. So that's the plan, in short. Oh, one other thing. We're not T-ducking. With an all-out dragon rush, only attack of the type that we can do this, we will ignore, once again a breath of almost fear, we will ignore the Clan Castle and King. I mean, ignoring the King with an air attack, that's not as shocking. But ignoring the Clan Castle is, something to take note of. The reason why I do that is because only the dragons, because of their AoE attack, can handle mostly anything that is coming out of the Clan Castle, because it will be grouped, and they're big and fat, and they're strong. The lizards are. So they can take a little damage. So we'll let them just totally ignore it, which allows us to have more dragons. No T-Duck team. This is good. So those are the three main things. Ignoring the clan castle, trimming off the top fat part so our dragons stay in the middle, and the hog sniper rush. Let's see how it did. We'll toggle over here. As you can see already, that went pretty well because the replay says 3 stars, so woot! Reason on that, reasoners. Well, let's take a look at the replay anyway. So we'll zoom out. There's the spam of the dragons. The clan castle troops come out. And as expected, the dragons handle it. We would like to see B, the trim troop, come down, but instead he drops the hogs. Look at the crazy hog going way right and another hog going left. Boy, only 2 made it into the middle, so that's why hogs, you need to kind of plan for a little bit of nutballness. But 2 make it to the air defense, and luckily our heal spell is keeping them alive as they're under fire from those 2 cannons, and it does get the strategic asset down. We finally did, Svop did get the dragons up at the top moving. Notice how it turned the dragons back in that were below them, so that's good as well. And really, I think it's over at this point. It's over, baby! The reasoners knew that. They reasoned that right away as soon as they saw the spam of the dragons beginning to propagate. So, once again, 3 main things to think about with dragons potentially in your next attack. 1, you can ignore this clan castle. 2, try to use your clan castle troops, yours, not theirs, to a strategic asset, probably the air defense tower, using a heal support if needed. It can provide you great help in the long run. And then lastly, you might want to use 1 dragon, maybe 2, to trim a bulging area from near your main spawn point so that they don't swing wide. You want to control the pathing, get it more centralized to allow them to get to the main targets of the run. That'll do it. Till next time, clash on.